Oh, hey, what's going on? The countdown rolls on. Number 24. Oh, what's up, dog?
What's
The
up, Doge?
Calgary Flames. We have ranked 24th overall.
This might be a little too generous for them, and I think we might be looking at this team through rose-colored
It
glasses.
could be, yeah, exactly. It could be
But,
too low, could be too high.
but I think the biggest thing that everybody talks about is they got a goalie now, finally. And, maybe not the best goalie, but for free agent signing,
Yeah,
other than Ryan Miller, he was pretty up there in Jonas Hiller.
yeah. It wasn't fun for Calgary for a year with Mika Kiprusoff gone.
Yeah, and when they had who was going to be Red O'Bara or Kerry Ramo, and then neither one of them just
Didn't
panned
matter.
out.
Didn't
It
matter.
didn't matter. So um, they lost Mike Camilleri. That's huge. I mean, that guy was their offense pretty much. But this team could surprise people, and I think this is my sleeper pick. I don't know about you, but they do have some young talent, and I really hope, Johnny Gaudreau, who's a very underlooked player coming out of Boston College, and Kenny Agostino, another very underlooked player coming out of Yale, and they've both proven they can win, and they're good players. They're both a little undersized, but they make plays,
Yeah.
and I think if they can find a little chemistry, Johnny Gaudreau came in right out of the season, and towards the end of the season played power play for them, so that just shows how hurting they were for offense. And they didn't. I don't think they really added anybody other than
I got Sam Bennett in the draft.
yeah,
Pretty solid.
and he's a good centerman. And plus Sean Monahan,
Yeah.
19-year-old kid coming back for his second year.
He got hurt last year, which is a bummer for them, but
Great two-way forward. Great could be, depending on how Sam Bennett pans out, could be a top one or top two
yeah.
centerman.
I think he will. I mean, Sam Bennett could have been the number one overall pick.
Yeah, depending on who was
Depending
picking.
on
Yeah,
exactly, but still, if you can get a guy,
I mean,
who teams have ranked 1 at 4, it's great.
they have guys like Stage and Still and Glenn Cross hanging around, and Yuri Hoodler hanging around, who will give you maybe 40 points a season, 50 maybe if you're playing with the right
That's all
guys.
you're looking for.
But I mean, their defense is also not bad. A little top heavy. I mean, I got to read it off here. Dennis Weidman isn't terrible. Ladislav Smid is not the worst. Obviously, their captain in Mark Giordano is their best defenseman. But now they have a goalie behind them, and they won't. They'll get a little help. And I think that this team can surprise a couple people playing in that West Coast division that is pretty tough. They might be able to steal a couple games. I mean, who knows? I mean, this team could also do really bad.
Yeah, I gotta. They're gonna be down there.
Yeah. I mean, this is all kind of banking on their young talent playing well for me.
Yeah, again, and it takes time to develop. You can't just walk into the National Hockey League for the most part.
Exactly. Look at Chris Kreider, perfect example. Chris Kreider.
It took a couple years, but he's
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows? Because you got a lot of guys their second year, a lot of rookies mixed in. Who knows? I mean, obviously, I think not. I mean, since they got rid of like their shitty management, like Jay Feaster and all that, they seem to be moving in a better direction than 1 year later.
They're making the right moves because I do like that Hiller signing because it gives this team it gives these young kids because you don't want to bring in a team and just they're so bad because it's demoralizing to play on a team that constantly loses,
But you know
i.e.
what, though?
John Tavares, and it's like yeah.
Yeah, but it's it's how
I
you
like
get
the
to
contract to it Hiller too. It's only 2 years.
it. Yeah, so
Only 2
you
years.
can trade him next year if it doesn't work out.
Yeah, even then you could just not sign him. I mean,
Yeah.
he's I like where this team is headed. Maybe I'm looking towards
Yeah, I think
direction.
in 2 years maybe this is bumped up.
but they're better. I think losing
better.
Mike
They're
Camilleri, yes,
better.
but bringing in guys like Kenny Agostino and Johnny Gaudreau and adding a goalie finally, I think they're going to be good. They could also drop down, but I don't think they're going to be that terrible.
Well, I mean, look at it this way: you're going to be the best team in Alberta, Calgary,
yeah, well,
and that's got to count for something up there.
yeah, exactly. So, hey, Mike, who was that guy in Space Jam? Was it Michael Jordan?
Yes.
23's next.